Thank you for joining me on this lovely winter's day to see how we make one of my favorite dishes here at the CTICC. It's a salmon dish with a warm potato and tomato salad with fine beans and a caper butter sauce. First, we start with the salmon. We want to cut a nice portion, about 200 grams in weight. What's very important about cooking salmon is we want to make sure that the skin stays nice and crisp when we cook it in the pan. So the best way to do this and to make sure that the skin stays nice and flat is to actually score the skin with a sharp knife. Not too far down, just about less than a centimeter down. And there you can see the scores. Once we've scored the skin and we can see that it's about half a centimeter down, we then need to season it. We're going to start with some of our secret masala spice that we make here at the CTICC ourselves. Spread that on there. Bit of salt. You want to get the salt and the masala into both sides of the fish, rub it in. Make sure you get all your seasoning on there. That's going to all add to it. And there we go. So what you want to do is cook the salmon in a very, very hot pan. We want to see that it gets nice and hot. Add a little bit of olive oil. What you want to do is throw the salmon down, away from you, and just lightly pat it down so that the skin stays nice and flat, so it can stay nice and crispy. Now that I've turned it over, we want to keep it there for about a minute, and we turn the heat down. Then we add a little bit of fresh thyme. It's going to impart lovely flavor. And some butter to keep the salmon nice and moist. This is my favorite part, when you can hear it sizzling like that. You can smell the thyme, you can smell the butter. It's just decadence. Now you can turn it down further to a very low heat and leave it to go like that for about 4.5 minutes. While our salmon is busy cooking there on a nice medium heat, we're going to move on to the next element, which is the warm potato salad. And for this, I use 2 different kinds of baby potatoes that have been parboiled already. And what we want to do is actually just lightly smash them. Now, it looks crazy, but it's going to make sense in a second. The best thing we do is add a little bit of olive oil on there before we put it in the pan. Add a bit of black and pink pepper. Now you want to get your pan hot. You're going to transfer these to the pan. Add a little bit more oil and a little bit of butter as well to give flavor. While the potatoes are sizzling, we just want to make sure that they get a nice golden brown color on the one side. Then we turn them over, and then we can add the rest of our goodies that's going into our warm potato and tomato salad. Now we're going to add our blanched fine beans and some fresh peas and a bit of garlic. It's basically going to be like a warm potato and tomato salad. We're also going to slice up some heirloom tomatoes. For those of you who don't know what heirloom tomatoes are, they're a special kind of tomato, and we get them in different shapes and sizes and different colors. We just want to slice them up and add to the pan. It's going to give you a good flavor, and it's going to give a good color to the dish as well. We also need to add a bit of fresh garlic, because garlic goes well with everything. So we want to make sure that the potatoes become nicely golden brown while we warm the peas and tomatoes and fine beans through so that they're warm for the dish. Okay. You can set that aside now. We're going to move on to the last element of this dish, which is going to be the sauce. For the sauce, we're going to use finely chopped onion, some capers and some lemon juice and a little bit of fresh cream. I start the sauce with some onion. We're just going to chop that very finely. We're going to saute this in a moderate pan, and then add some lemon juice and a bit of cream. Some more butter, just to add the richness. when the onions are almost translucent and you can see through them, then you can add your capers. I love to add capers to any kind of seafood or fish dish because for me it adds a nice saltiness to the dish, and I like that. It brings out good flavors in fish. Once we've got that going, we want to add some fresh lemon juice straight out of a lemon. Now, not everybody knows, but these are just the basic elements that make everything taste good. You've got salt from the capers, you've got fat from the butter. We're also going to add a bit of cream, and then you've got that acidity that you get from the lemon. I want to season this up with a little bit of black pepper. And we just reduce this a little bit until you've got a nice sauce consistency. And then we're almost ready to plate and enjoy. Join us at the CTICC for your next event, and you too could be enjoying this lovely salmon dish. Voila!